Hey guys, doing another legal video today. Before I start, I just want to remind you that I'm not a lawyer. If you need any real legal advice, consult a paid attorney. And also that all the information and documents that I found and used in this video will be in the description below. So if you need to spend more time with them or read them over more completely, check out the description and check them out. Alright guys, today's video is going to be on the court case People versus Clark. In this case, the defendant, Harvey Lee Clark, was arrested and charged on possession of methamphetamine while armed with a loaded, operable firearm. He appealed the case, saying that they used the wrong definition of the word loaded to get the conviction specifically. They twisted the words and the meanings around to fit their case, and his appeals court agreed with him. So, the shotgun, when the police found it, did not have a shell in the chamber or capable of being put in the chamber. There was 3 shells that were in a covered compartment at the rear of the shotgun stock. And the police even noted that it is not possible to fire a shell in that location. The shell would have to be removed from the compartment and placed by hand manually in the chamber before it could be fired. Even though they understood the workings of where the ammunition was and how it needed to be loaded, the court still found him guilty using Penal Code Section 12031, which says basically any ammunition attached anywhere to the firearm makes the firearm loaded. So according to that definition, he was guilty of having a loaded firearm. But the appeals court found that argument unpersuasive. You know, it's garbage. They said that the term loaded has a commonly understood meaning, which, you know, we all agree with, obviously. Loaded, if it's not loaded, it can't fire. If it's loaded, it can fire. They said that the firearm is loaded when a shell or cartridge has been placed into a position from which it can be fired, and the shotgun is not loaded if the shell or cartridge is stored elsewhere and not yet placed in a firing position. So, they go on to say that even if we were to accept the Attorney General's assertion that the definition of loaded contained in that Penal Code section I mentioned earlier, they still wouldn't find the shotgun loaded. They said it's garbage. They said that the statute must be given a reasonable and common sense interpretation consistent with the apparent purpose and intention of the legislature. So, they said that the word loaded doesn't mean what everybody knows it means in the law. So they said later on in the text that due to the ambiguity brought by the Attorney General, that they must rule in favor of the defendant and remove those charges from his sentence. So that's pretty much what the case says. I mean, I have the text here. You guys can go look at it. I put the link in the description below. But you might be wondering where the notion came from that in California you cannot travel with ammunition and firearms in the same container. Well, that comes from a different court case known as People versus Hefner. And I can make a video on that case if you want, but I want to see how well these videos do because they take quite a bit of work and research to, you know, bring you guys a somewhat decent product. Did the best I could. It's probably not the best definition, so if anybody has you know, any background or actual law experience, I'd love to hear your opinion on my interpretation of how this court case went down in the text. Like I said in the beginning of the video, guys, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a guy reading the court case and trying to interpret it for you guys who don't have the time or just don't want to read through the actual proceedings. But if you like the video, please subscribe and leave me a comment and let me know. These are a lot of work, but I do enjoy doing them. So if you want to see more of these, or I can more in-depth gun laws and stuff like that, I can try to keep doing them. Just let me know what you guys think, and appreciate you guys watching, and hope you have a great day. Please.